You're listening to Rico and the Man with Rob Tregler and Peter Martino.
Yeah. Hi, Pete.
What's up, Rob? How are you?
Good.
Good.
I apologize to the audience. It's going to be a shitty show today. I'm in a fucking bad mood. So, I'm at war with everyone right now.
Really?
Professionally and personally.
Oh, God. Please explain now.
I can only explain so much, but basically, it comes down to this, okay? I got to put out a hypothetical for you.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a name of a TV show. Let's say it's a reality show or something that's unscripted, that's popular and has, let's say, a female lead. Just
okay.
pick something. Pick one of them.
You want me to say it out loud, or is this like a...
No, you can say any show. Any show.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Okay, there you go. All right, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was on for what, 20 seasons?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I didn't really watch it, but I know that a lot of people do.
All right, let's say not even the most famous Kardashian. Let's say Kris Jenner or there's so many of them, or Kylie Jenner or something, right?
Okay.
Let's say they're very paranoid about COVID-19 still, correct?
Yeah.
Still going, right? It's still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the CDC is confusing the fuck out of everyone. Thank you, but it's still a thing. And even if it was kind of a weird thing, it's, you know, like, let's say it's like a year from now and it's kind of gone and we got it all figured out. Everyone's mostly vaccinated, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Let's say Kylie Jenner says, you know what? I'm still afraid of this virus. I still have concerns about it. I have underlying symptoms. You know, it's just making me nervous. So I still want the entire crew and everyone, producers, all that, to wear a mask while I'm on set.
Okay. Following.
Do you think that's a like oh my God, we got to do that, and like it's a whole fucking thorn in everyone's side?
I don't think it's a thorn in anyone's side, but I mean, if the talent feels that way,
thank you.
You got to go by that.
All right, moving on.
No, we can't.
That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to ask. That's all. You agreed with me. It sounds completely rational, and thank you. What the talent wants, the talent should get.
When it comes down to it, and it's a person's health, then you got to take that into consideration.
All right, here's my second hypothetical.
Okay.
Say now there's a crew member, been on the show as long as Kylie, but now the crew member's doing things that are very distracting and are slowing down the process of shooting the show, and they're becoming very detrimental to the production.
Yeah.
And Kylie says, I would like to remove that person from what I'm doing in this certain situation because he's fucking up my game.
Right.
What do you do?
Gotta go.
Gotta go!
Gots to go.
Whatever, Pete. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to the audience. I know it's been a shitty year. I know that a lot of stuff has happened, and I know that, you know, it's like the mood, the morale of the country's not all that up.
Right.
But like, I find myself just getting aggravated by more and more and more. And it's one of those Bruce Banner things where I'm like, should I lean into this?
Yeah. I feel like I'm slowly becoming Michael Douglas from Falling Down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, should I just lean into this and just become the asshole that I used to hate? Like, I don't know. Because here's the thing. I was talking to my brother about this earlier. Like, I don't know. I've been so polite and I've tried to be a good person for 38 years on this planet. And there's a group of people out there who think that I'm a horrible human being and that I'm like, you know, just this disgusting person. If you guys, if this is what you think of me and the things that I've done in my life and the people I've taken care of and blah, 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 blah. If you think that this person is a horrible human being, well, maybe I should get to it because I don't have a lot of time left.
Right. No,
maybe it's like I just don't. I don't know. I feel beaten down. I'm beaten down.
It's very hard to be a positive person in this day and age with this in this world, and it sucks because you try to be positive, you try to be a good person, but you have so many things that are like pulling you back down when you're
it's
trying
all
to
met with adversity.
Pull yourself, with everything. No matter what you do, you try to be healthy, you get, stressed out over something stupid, and you get gonorrhea or something like that. Not gonorrhea, but something far worse.
Exactly. It's like I learned a long time ago, don't expect anything because expectations are what make you disappointed every day of your life.
I say that to my wife all the time. I say, stop
because
planning stuff. Because as soon as you start planning stuff and it doesn't pan out, that's when you start stressing out and becoming crazy. So don't plan stuff. Just sometimes you have to just take it, play it by ear.
When you come out of a movie and you go, well, it was good. It was good. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be. That's life.
Right.
Good night, everyone.
That's it. Sit on that.
It was a shitty weekend. I got the gout. I couldn't walk. Sitting in my office at home watching, get this.
Porn. Oh.
Well, yeah, you said it. Fine. Okay, moving on. No, I was sitting. I haven't done this in years. We were talking about cable last episode, or the one before.
Yeah, the one.
And how we don't watch it anymore because of streaming.
Right.
I sat and watched a Mission Impossible marathon on FX with commercials.
Ooh, well, there you go. Was that your highlight? Was that the highlight of your weekend?
I had the gout, and every time it was funny over the course of 18 movies. How many have they done? 5, 6? It doesn't matter. But
yeah.
Over the course of that whole marathon, that's 14 hours with commercials.
Yeah.
But I watched all of them, and the whole time I was in pain. But and I never learned my lesson for 14 hours. Every time the movie was getting good and it would fade out to go to commercial, I go, oh, come on. I wasn't expecting at some point this would go back to a commercial. For 14 hours with the gout, looking at Mission Impossible and it's getting good, and then it fades out and it's like dominoes. I'm like, oh, come on.
It's just like a broken record.
Yeah. I didn't learn my lesson over 14 hours of watching it. What's that say about me?
Now, do you still have the gout, or is it something that
it's better? It's it's usually only lasts one day.
Okay.
For me anyway. I've heard horror stories, but
right.
But today, when you work out and then you're sore the next day or the day after.
Yeah.
Now it feels like that. Just feels beat up.
Okay.
But I can walk, thank God. I was talking to my brother for the first time in a long time today. He was saying, he's like, what's it like doing another podcast? I said, I don't care about the podcast. I said, I love the fact that I get to talk to Pete once a week.
Right.
And that's it.
And I feel honored that you said that. And I feel the same way, my friend.
Yep.
See how many emotions we did in that one segment? We went from anger
to it was all depression. A bit. It was all a bit. There's nothing wrong with either of us.
We're perfectly normal people. MacGyver's gonna find us hanging one of these days.
Well, now I got to back up and explain because I don't know if anyone even knows that's. Oh, I think it is. We explained last time.
You mentioned it last week. That's a throwback to last week.
That's a throwback. MacGyver. And, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm crying here. All right. Moving on. We're getting out of... You know what? Fuck the downers. I'm sorry, everyone. Just had to get it out. Haven't talked to anybody but myself until I talked to Pete tonight, so I'm sorry. Did you hear the open of the show this time?
The song?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Exactly. Exactly. You forgot what it was because you never heard it. It's a song I made 1,000 years ago. Because...
Did you?
I'll tell you why. Yeah, it has lyrics and everything else. It was basically a roast about old boss of mine. Can't imagine why I got fired. But anyway, yeah, I was reading into the podcast copyright laws.
Yeah.
So, we've done the first 3 episodes. Are we 3 episodes? What have we done? How many episodes? I don't even know.
This is our
4?
4th one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. They haven't canceled us yet.
Yeah, no, right.
And by canceled us, I haven't canceled us yet.
I was gonna say, who's they?
But yeah, so the first 3 episodes we played all our TV games. We talked about we played clips of Bobby Wygant. We played the John Williams game. We played Star Wars music. We played Dean Martin.
Right.
Yeah, and I was reading the copyright laws, and we shouldn't have done any of that. The good thing is, after I read all that, though, at the bottom it was like, you need to basically be like Mark Maron to get sued. So, right. I think we're fine.
We're in the clear.
We're still playing MacGyver!
I think we're okay with Dean Martin, too. I don't think he's going to come after us.
I've never heard a podcast before.
What the hell is a podcast?
Did you hear De Niro got injured?
I did hear that.
I hate these fucking apps and shit and the news and Twitter and all this stuff because they make it seem like he died.
Yeah, no.
And then you open up the article.
Right.
So they can show you their ads. And then it's like, De
Niro gets a paper cut.
Yeah, I hurt my leg a little bit. But that happens more and more and more. And the weirdest thing I see on news, it's called the clickbait it's the creepiest thing because it's like, I see a lot of those, like, see the first poster for Thor, Love and Thunder, right? That's an example. Like the first day, I want to see that. Cool. I want to see what the poster looks like. And then it's like, Reddit user Ja drew a poster and it's not even official. And it's like, this isn't news. This isn't real. Like, this isn't official. What are you doing? I go down those holes on the phone and it's like, it's not even...
8-year-old Taylor Mason drew a picture using crayons
of Thor. Or at least that's what we think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's so much of that clickbait too. So I'm becoming more choosier too with what I'm clicking on and thinking like, is it really worth it for me to click on this? And
now I have click like
anxiety.
And click anxiety.
Click anxiety.
It's click anxiety. Because it's like, I see that like, the news app, it's like Robert Downey Jr. to reprise, and it's like you open it out. Robert Downey
Dr.
Dolittle. Reprise eating a sandwich. What? It's just, did you see that, what was it, The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
I saw part of it. To be honest, I got a little bored by it.
It's a little boring, but it's interesting about how much they farm your personality to try and send you things that you would like.
Right.
To the point where you're reading a fucking fake announcement about something stupid.
Right. Yeah, I know. I tried to watch that documentary because I heard people liked it. But what's weird with me and documentaries? I hate what really turns me off if a documentary has reenactments or like actors like reenacting something.
Oh,
and I feel like that kind of had like, these
a whole
actors playing, like these actors playing like these, all these bigwigs behind all these social media apps.
Oh, I see what you're saying. When they have, it's almost like campy. And it's like,
it's like, very
it's
campy.
Taking me out of the seriousness of what the
very
message
campy.
is.
And I don't like reenactments too, when they try to like reenact like if you're watching a serial killer documentary and they're trying to reenact the crime. No, I want to see like real footage, real pictures, real interviews with people.
Oh, that's lovely, Kapit, because like half my entire career has been doing those recrees, and I was even nominated for a goddamn Emmy for it. So stop it.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bash
The things I hate are those ones at the end that say executive producer Rob Tregler. I hate those shows. It takes me out of it. Takes me totally out of it.
Sorry, I'm kicking you when you're down.
I know, seriously. Everything I love about every week is that I get to talk to Pete. We were talking about being anxious all the time and being like, worried about things and stressed out about things. But here's the thing. What I always envied and hated at the same time, because I'm not one of these people, but were these fucking people I used to work for over the course of my career in television, these bosses who had no problem just being the biggest pieces of shit and how they treated people. I'm talking throwing chairs across rooms, taking people's lunches and throwing them against the walls, people screaming at people because their image is being tainted. I really can't believe these people, and I think they should be condemned, and I'm mad at them.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, Rob, because I have a recording of you after last week's show, and you kind of sound like those people that you're describing.
Fucking John Williams' game could have been a little fucking easier.
Oh, why? What do you mean?
Well, those clips were so short. I mean, how could anyone it made me look bad, and I feel embarrassed now.
No.
I feel fucking embarrassed.
Rob, it was just supposed to be a fun game.
It's not supposed to make me look bad, this game!
I don't think you looked bad.
Oh, really? Really? How am I going to put that together and edit it and make a good show out of episode 3? How am I going to do
it? I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was like really that big.
This is your fault. You should be doing it. Oh, hey, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at this fucking idiot in Jersey.
Rob.
Games. Stupid.
Sorry. I don't know what to say.
You can say goodnight because I'm hanging up now. Good night, Pete. God damn it! Okay, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back. I still use a lot of paper in my life. I like to write things down. I like to make copious notes, lists. I like to keep receipts, hard copies, all that stuff. But when I want to organize all this stuff, I usually have to use a stapler. Now, we all know staplers have been around since the 18th century to keep pieces of paper together, but the good people at Paper Pirates think there's a better way. Yes, from the creative minds behind Square Punch and the letter calculator comes the stapler, the first stapleless stapler that binds your paper fast, efficient, and most of all fast. Stapler uses patented air glue technology to make sure those pesky pages never come apart, even if your life depends on it. All staplers come with a 230-day money-back guarantee. If you don't fall in love with it right away, you're nuts. My wife and I, we bought like 7 for the house. I mean, I gotta tell you, it's a real lifesaver. It's a miracle. The papers just, they stick together. And I don't know how they do it. So,
amazing.
Be the first to show off your friends and neighbors the powers of Stapler from Paper Pirates. Use promo code RICOMAN and get an additional 10% off. That's Stapler from Paper Pirates. Promo code RICOMAN. All right. Well, we're back. We're back. Did you watch the Elon Musk episode of SNL?
I did see the majority of it. Yes, I didn't watch the whole episode, but I did see the good chunk of it.
My review of it is that I did think for the first time this season that they had a really funny episode, but it wasn't because of them. It was because he's so fucking weird.
Right.
That he's funny. And it's not like he's so awkward that for some reason I kept laughing. But it wasn't for the writing because it's the same shit writing every sketch. It was it was just his entire persona was so weird.
And that episode got panned by the critics because like they just because it was so weird. They're like, this is awful, but they don't understand. Like that's what's funny about it.
Yeah, it was a car accident.
It's so awful, but you still have to continue to watch and laugh. There's been a number of hosts like that, I feel. Even like Donald Trump. Like he's just like so awkward that it's like just funny. You're surprised to see someone like that exist. But they are, and they're not playing a character so much. It's like that's who they really are, but they're pretty much a character.
Yeah. I think I don't think there's, aside from the Michael Jordan, Stuart Smalley bit, I don't think I've ever seen a good host who was a athlete.
Let me think. Yeah, I don't. There's not one that really sticks out in my mind.
And again, that bit was funny because of how awkward it was. He was laughing and everything else.
Yeah, actually, I have to say, Peyton Manning wasn't that bad. I thought he did the skit with Will Forte when they're dancing in the locker room and stuff.
Okay, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, he wasn't bad. Peyton Manning wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad. But yeah, most athletes don't really have the comedy chops.
And it's funny because most actors and actresses who are Oscar winners also don't have the comedy chops.
Well, it's
a lot of the time.
You said that because I wrote a little list here of the people that stuck out in my mind as some of the best hosts and some of the worst. Oh. And on the top of my worst list is probably the one that's regarded as the best actor, Robert De Niro.
Horrible. God.
Horrible.
Oh,
he cannot
awful.
Perform in
live
front of a live audience. No way. In fact, I think Al Pacino would actually do better if he ever hosted.
Well, Al Pacino has been on Broadway. He's done
he's done theater.
Yeah.
He loves the theater. He loves performing in front of a live audience. But fucking De Niro, he just calls it in all the time.
The craziest thing is that he did it twice.
Did it twice? I thought he did it 3 times.
Did he? I thought
so.
Maybe you're probably right. You're probably right, but they were all awful.
They're all awful. And that's another thing. Like, it's kind of funny to see, like, you know, how bad it is. How bad it is. And that makes it entertaining.
Yeah, it's a train wreck. But at the same time, you almost...
But at the same time, yeah, he's an actor. So he should have a little bit more, you know.
The best
comedy
appearance of De Niro on SNL is when he came onto the Joe Pesci show with Jim Brewer long before the cast that he hosted for.
Right. Yes.
Remember that?
And he didn't have much to do.
He didn't talk.
Skit, thank God. But
it just was mostly
like Pesci.
Yeah. That was a good cast. That's an underrated cast.
It was an underrated cast. I think I didn't appreciate them as much back then because they kind of replaced, you know, Dana Carvey, Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Farley. Those were like the gold standard to me.
To me too. To me too, because that was our generation. That was our Saturday night, you know? Yep. Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, holy shit.
And it's like SNL, you know, every few years they change out like some people, but that year they changed out like the entire cast. And it was just like, who the fuck are all these people?
Idiots? And now they're all billionaires, Will Ferrell and shit.
Right. But Tim Meadows was still there.
Tim Meadows was still there. I got to meet Tim Meadows and interview him.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was he?
He's great. He was great.
I love him.
He was. There was a sadness to Tim Meadows.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was shooting the sizzle reel about this comedy club in Rochester, New York, in the middle of nowhere. But it's this weird comedy club that no one knows about, but huge names play there. Mm-hmm. Like for some weird reason. So Tim Meadows came in and when we were shooting the sizzle and I got to, you know, sit him down and interview him and stuff. And there was a sadness there. There was almost like, you know, I was on like 2 different successful casts of SNL and I'm playing this comedy club in the middle of Rochester. Mm-hmm. He didn't say any of those things, but that was the vibe I got, you know?
I think he's underutilized too, because like everything he's in, I feel like he's great in.
He's always funny. He's funny. He shows up for the assignment.
Right. And, Yeah, it kind of sucks that it's kind of funny how like someone like Chris Rock like took off and then like someone like Tim Meadows didn't. Not nothing against Chris Rock, but
Chris Rock was a great comedian though. Tim Meadows adopted stand up, I think, after SNL. Like
that's true.
Because that was the thing. I was like, Tim Meadows, what? He has an act, and he did have an act, and he was funny, but that place was so rowdy. I felt bad for him because like he couldn't get a joke out. It was just
really,
yeah, it was sad. And then I got to interview him after that, so that was even sadder. But he got a ton of money because that club is had money. But yeah, he was a sad guy when I talked to him. But
it sucks too because I feel like everything he's in doesn't take off. Like he's been in a number of sitcoms and stuff, but it's just it never gains an audience. But yeah, I think he's very underrated, and I always loved him.
Sorry, I completely went on a tangent there. You were telling me about the bests and worsts.
No, you're on topic. No, but just some of the other worst ones that I have is Donald Trump was on there, Paris Hilton, and Justin Bieber. Pretty much like all like these tween like no talent.
They all have something in common, though.
What?
Like, they all think they're doing SNL a favor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'm Donald Trump. I'll host your show, sure. Paris Hilton, it's like, I'm a billionaire, but sure, I'll host your show. Justin Bieber, he's just an asshole. Sure, I'll host your show. Like, that's the attitude that makes the worst hosts. I mean, not the worst, but like the ones you can't stand.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like one hand washes the other because of course SNL loves to have all these like, people that are in the spotlight.
Yep.
And of course, they think that they're hot shit doing this show, but yeah, normally it doesn't turn out to be that great.
And somebody was saying to me recently before the Elon Musk, they're like, how can SNL have him as a host? And I was like, SNL is a TV show. NBC is a business. It's going to rate.
Right.
They don't care about the controversy. They want the controversy. They want it all, and they won because it was the highest rated episode of the season.
Yeah. Like, how do people not get that? Like, this is a business.
Well, yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, what we do is a business.
Right.
And anybody who tries to pretend it's not are the people I talked about earlier in the show. But we're not going to get into that again.
No, let's not go back to there.
We're not going back there. It's in the past.
Who do you think were some of the best SNL hosts?
Well, I think before I get into that, I just want to tag on to your worst hosts.
Oh, yeah.
I went to a live episode of SNL, and I got to see it.
Yep. So
and I think I might have had the lamest hosts of all time.
Oh, God. Who?
It was two hosts.
Wait, could I try to guess it?
Go ahead.
Two hosts?
Two hosts, a husband and wife. Have you ever seen that before?
Oh, God, no. Oh, Roseanne. No, not Roseanne and Tom Arnold.
How old do you think I am?
I don't know.
She was like 9 when she married Tom Arnold. What the fuck is with
you? All right, tell me. I'm not going to get it.
Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey.
Oh, God, really? That falls into my category.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I had to bring it up. It's like the week before was Jennifer Aniston, and the week after was someone great.
Yeah.
But you got to win the lottery to go to an SNL taping.
I know. Well, when I went, it was Chris Pine. And,
not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Not as bad as yours. But of course, you're always like, oh man, I wish I could have had, Tom Hanks or whatever. But
Tom Hanks is one of the best.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is at the top of the list. He's one of the greats. I'll give you one that I was shocked by. And I think that is what made him a movie star, was hosting SNL.
Who?
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember when I watched, he was still like a wrestler. He was not, he may have been in a couple movies and shit, but like nothing starring. But he came out there and he was so good. He didn't look at the goddamn cue cards. He was so into every sketch. His monologue was good. Like, I was like, wow, this guy's good. Like, he blended in like with the cast. It was, and I'm not a big fan of the movies he does, but I think that's what made him a movie star.
Right. Yeah. No, he is talented, and he seems like a nice guy, and you could tell that he puts his heart into anything that he does. So that says a lot. But yeah, he did cross my mind. I didn't write him down, but he did cross my mind actually. So it's funny that you said that.
Yeah, that's a weird one. As far as bests go, it's usually people who've done it a bunch of times, but there was someone even this season that or it might have been last season that I was like, wow, they did a good job. Because, you can always tell the ones that show up for the job and the ones who are just like, this is Justin just going to help. Yeah. This is just going to help my brand, whatever the fuck that means.
Eddie Murphy, was that who you were thinking of?
Yes.
That was
my God.
Episode.
Oh my God. Eddie Murphy was fantastic. And I was so excited that he was coming back to host, and he did not disappoint.
No.
He fell right back into being funny.
Yep. He fell right back into being funny. No, but you're right. You kind of feel like after all this fame and coming back to something like this, like he was going to be like a little bit more subdued, but he was one of the ones that gave it his all. And honestly, that's like the last great SNL episode. I feel like
I agree with you 1,000,000%
as of late. So
glad you brought it up because I wouldn't have remembered that, and it was so good. And I was so excited because I was like, Eddie's back, and then I saw Coming to America.
So did I. So disappointing.
Oh God.
That's another topic.
Was it a musical? Was it a fucking? I don't know, but it was just it was like other actors were making a sequel to it or something. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I felt like it focused way too much on the kids, and it's just like, go back to the parents. That's who we care about.
Yeah. How about Eddie has to go back and meet a new chick? Like, I don't know. It just was. It was hard to get through. And I don't say that about a lot of movies. It was hard to get through.
It was hard to get through. There were a couple times I laughed, but it's just, I feel like comedy is dead nowadays because it's like everyone's too scared to push the limits or insult anyone.
But watch the first Coming to America.
Watch the first one. Yeah. Watch the first one and watch the second one, and you tell me which one.
And that's why comedy is dead, because I want to meet the people who laughed at the second one.
Yeah. Exactly. Who are these people?
First one's hailed as a classic.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Make a sequel. Should be another classic. No, because it's in 2021 when everything sucks.
Yep.
I could.
Hard.
Yeah, it was hard. But I could say like the regulars, like Steve Martin. That's given.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Fantastic host. Mike Myers hosted once, and it was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Great monologue.
I was just watching his monologue actually from
I'm hosting on
YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. I had that song when the iPod was invented. I had like 5 songs on it because it could only hold like 5 songs. One of those songs was Mike Myers' hosting song from his monologue on SNL.
That made the cut.
And the rest were John Williams. But no, but I love I do love when old cast members come back to host.
Right.
Because they just kind of fall into it.
Yeah, I was going to say I had someone on my list for best of, but I didn't know if she counts because she's kind of an old cast member. But every time she's on, I think she's great, and it's Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph is... She's just so likable. Like, she can't...
I know.
There's nothing, it's just nothing wrong with Maya Rudolph. Every time I see her, I get happy. Every time I hear her voice in an animated series, I get happy. I don't know. There's something about Maya Rudolph. She deserves all the accolades she gets.
100%. Another one, though, that, like, don't get me wrong, she does a lot of stuff, but I feel like with the talent she has, she should be like fucking running the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? It's just like you're just so surprised that nothing she's in really like took off. Like,
well, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. There's just too many people and too many bad decisions and too much ego.
Too much shit.
Too much goddamn shit.
Someone I have on my list that I'm not a huge fan of, but I do think that every time he's on the show, he does a great job, and that's Justin Timberlake.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's great on the show because he's a perfect fit for a variety show, I feel like, because he can do everything. He can sing, he can act, he can be funny. Mm-hmm. So it's just a perfect ingredient for a variety show such as SNL. But
I agree with that 1,000,000% because he, like, I don't know what it is, but he just falls right into, and he's also one of these people that doesn't fucking read the cue cards. That's my big thing. That to me, that's the test. That's the test of a good SNL host. The one that knows the essence of the cue card and just does their thing, and the one who just wants to read it and get out of to the next sketch.
Right. They're there to help you if you need it, but you shouldn't rely on it.
No. And I know they do it in a week, and I know it's quick and this and that, but fuck off. I've done shit in a week that nobody can do.
All right. Let's come back, Rob. Think of Bobby Wygant. Think of Bobby Wygant. Hear that laughter? She's happy, and she wants you to be happy too.
Oh, man. Whew. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I blacked out for a second. Anyway, we were talking about SNL, I think, right?
Yes, we were talking about SNL. My last one that I have on my list is Melissa McCarthy. I think she's always great.
She's always great, yep.
Yeah. She's one that I could actually picture being a cast member if she didn't, become a huge movie star. But yeah, she has the comedy chops to do anything, and I feel like she's always great on that show.
Yeah, she's great. She's great, and I actually feel bad for her, honestly, because she keeps making movies and no one's watching them.
Yeah.
Like, she's still out there, and those first few movies she made on her own were fantastic. They were hilarious.
Right.
I don't remember them now, but they were hilarious.
Comedy is dead. Movie business is dead.
I feel like SNL is also a good measure of shelf life for actors, actresses, and comedians, all that. Like it's weird. Sometimes you look on Hulu and there's episodes where it's like hosted by this person. You're like, where the fuck has that person been? They like had a moment. They had a moment and now they're gone. Who started out being like, we're all in love with you, and then within seconds became insufferable?
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook is a perfect example. Like, we downloaded all his shit, and we were like, I know, I do that too when I walk into the grocery store. And then one day we were all like, fuck Dane Cook.
Yeah, he's a douchebag.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
But he's one of them.
Like a switch goes off all of a sudden, and you're just like, fuck that guy.
Like Amy
or
Schumer.
Girl.
Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Oh, like, wow, she's so funny. She has that show on Comedy Central. Oh, wow, she's a movie star. She's so cute, different cute, but she's cute, like she's cute. And like, she did one movie, she did the second. Okay. And now it's like, fuck Amy Schumer.
Yep. Because she just became unpleasant. Like, you want to go to a comedian, you want to go to a comedy show to laugh and to forget about your problems. You want to be reminded of all the fucking shit, the awful shit that's going on in this world. And I felt like she kept doing that over and over and over again. And it's like, you're not a politician.
Right.
Give us a chuckle. Don't go into the fucking right field and go into a whole different topic.
Right.
So that's what annoyed me about her. But I liked her in the beginning. I loved her in the beginning.
Me too.
I actually went to go see her. Yeah, she just took a turn and it just turned me off.
I mean, Trainwreck, not my favorite Judd Apatow movie, but I've learned about Judd Apatow. None of Judd Apatow's movies are my favorite Judd Apatow movie.
But I know. Judd Apatow is like you watch one of his movies and you like it, but you don't like it enough to revisit it.
Yeah. Well, and here's why. And he still hasn't changed it. And he shouldn't. He's done well for himself. A comedy should clock out at 90 minutes. Always.
Yeah, I agree.
A comedy wears out its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And Judd Apatow likes to make 8-hour movies that are comedies. And that's the problem I see. That's why it's forgetful for me. It's too long. I don't remember moments. It's not like I'm quoting Judd Apatow movies because they're, there's too much to quote because they're fucking, Lawrence of Arabia. But
sure.
But yeah, like even down to this King of Staten Island with Pete Davidson. It's like I got up, left, and came back, and the movie was still going. Like I was doing things. I was like taking out trash. I was like mowing the lawn, and I would come
doing
back doing my taxes, and the movie was still going. But yeah, Amy Schumer
is definitely one of them. I know there's more. I'm trying to think. Well, Ellen DeGeneres, all the shit going on with Ellen now.
Fuck Ellen, man. I knew about Ellen before all y'alls.
All you alls?
I worked at another daytime TV show. Let's just say that we used to have cross-pollination, and everyone said, oh, the guy you work for is much better than Ellen. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the guy you worked for was Regis Philbin.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Well, I can say it was Regis because he's dead. He ain't going to come after me. It was not Regis.
Nah, Regis was a gem.
Regis was a sweetheart.
I actually met Reg.
Did you meet the Reg? Mm-hmm. Oh, I know that. You sent me a picture of you and the Reg.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually used it as a Christmas card.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. You and the Reg. Pete the Reg.
I put Merry Christmas, love Peter and Reg. And then in parentheses, I put Steph and Adriana. And Steph and Adriana. But yeah, Ellen was like one of the ones that even Rosie O'Donnell, like if you watch some of her early stand-up stuff, like she was pretty funny and like even her talk show. But then like,
Rosie was great, but Rosie unfortunately got thrown in with everything else that's political in our world.
I'm just wondering what is that thing in their head that makes them snap and then all of a sudden just go on this whole political tangent and I have to change the world. And it's like, no, you don't have to change the world. Change the world by making us laugh and entertaining us. That's how I agree
100%. I agree with you 100%. It's like, stop trying to get involved. We don't want to be involved.
Exactly. They're the one people that you don't want to be involved. Actors, I get it. They have image to uphold. The comedians are the one people that, should have the freedom to say whatever they want to try to make us laugh. And you know what? Let the audience decide. If we find it funny, we find it funny. If we don't just cancel them for something that you find offensive. I'm going to read an excerpt of the Declaration of Independence and talk to you about freedom of speech.
Right. Exactly. Oh, that was a good time at the Improv. I miss stand-up comedy. The old stand-up comedy.
Gallagher. What are your thoughts on Gallagher?
Gallagher. I met Gallagher at the Comedy Store. Once.
Really?
Yes, I did. Get this.
Wow.
Get this. So I'm at the Comedy Store. I was seeing Sebastian Maniscalco.
Nice.
What's cool about the Comedy Store is they have an outdoor bar. So you can just hang out. You can just walk up and even if you don't go see a comedy show, you can drink and hang out. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking about stuff and I forget what the conversation was, but this guy sitting there drunk as a skunk kept interrupting what I was talking about with his own commentary. And I'm like, dude, like, what do you, and I turn and he's holding a beer can with a cigarette in the other hand and he's got the hat and I'm like, holy shit, you're Gallagher.
Did he have a watermelon with him?
I wish he did, but he was the funniest fucking guy, and I talked to him for the longest time. He was but he was so drunk. Like, it was so fun because he was just like, he was like, I used to be Gallagher.
Did anyone else recognize him, or were you like
that sucked? It was like it sucked. It was like all of a sudden every one of my friends were millennials, and I'm like, you don't know Gallagher, watermelons, trampolines, that weird video cassette with his head.
I feel like it's such 1980s humor. He's like the total definition of 1980s humor.
But he was wrecked. I'm like, what? Like I eventually had to like not talk to him anymore, but I always thought, I'm like, did he like have a set that they said, no, not tonight, Gallagher? And he just went to that outdoor bar and drank his sorrows. Here. I don't know. We'll never know.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is he still doing like stand-up comedy, or?
I don't know. I haven't seen any Gallagher anywhere.
Well, guess what your assignment is for next episode? We're gonna find Gallagher.
We're gonna get him on this
podcast.
Okay.
You're gonna search for him. Search the watermelon farms and find Gallagher.
I'm gonna find Gallagher. Oh wow! I don't know where else we can go with this one, Pete. I think it's time to end it.
You're gonna have your work cut out for you, though, editing it.
Well, that's the thing. It'll be the first hour-long episode because guess what? No editing.
Rico and the Man, uncut.
Uncut, and we also cut down the episode. Ow!
That was a penis joke, in case you don't get it. Oh!
But yeah, bye, everybody.